There's one. I think that's a nice one too. Throwing a super spin. I put a little trailer hook on the back. We'll find out which one he's got. I like to kind of fight him soft until I know he might be on the, see, I think he is. See, he's on the stinger hook. And that is why you put a stinger hook on this bait. Check that out right there. That's not a great one, but you can see we would have never caught that fish had we not had this. These spots love hitting just the blade. And you see how that sits right there. It's perfect. So, and you'll catch big ones on that too. Don't think just because it's down there, not up top, that you won't get big ones. Those spots will hit that blade. Good one to start. You know, we were throwing a grass pig the last time we did a vlog. Came back out here, conditions are way different. A lot colder post front, and we're trying some different stuff to catch them. These fish are still feeding up, and trying to figure out some other things. That was on the Berkeley Power minnow. There's one. Gosh dang, dude, he's fighting. Whoa. I don't know if I snagged him or what happened there. Again, you know, I got that little stinger hook on there, so I don't know which one he's hooked on yet. Not a bad one either. And he's hooked on the stinger hook, I can see that. So I'm gonna loosen the drag. Let him kind of fight a little bit if he needs to. That stinger hook's a number 2, so it's tiny. If you don't have your drag loose, you can definitely pull it out. And see, that's exactly what happened. I'll show you this. That's why you use it right here. So he came up and swiped at that blade, and that hook's not in his mouth, but it's right there. Again, never would have caught that one without that stinger hook. And we're throwing that Berkeley Power minnow on there, just all white. It's a pearl white color, white head, super spin, 1/4 ounce, keeping it near the surface and catching fat, chunky spots like that. Really doesn't get much better, honestly. I mean, a big largemouth is cool, but when it's cold and you know the largemouth fishing's tough, go chase some spots. That's what I say anyway. Sweet. All right, well, hey, check this out. I'm gonna show you what the deal is here. It's a 1/4 ounce super spin made by Super Fish. And of course, they're available at Tackle Warehouse, and that tiny little number 2 hook that has to lay on the back side of the blade. You see right there, when it's set up right and it's spinning, it's gonna spin on the back side of the blade so it's not interfering and not getting in the way. I'm throwing 12-pound Berkeley Trilene 100% fluorocarbon and a 7'3" medium heavy Fantasista Premier by Abu Garcia. And like I said, we're reeling pretty fast, keeping this bait up near the surface with that light weight. And so I'm throwing a Abu Garcia ALX. It's a really nice reel, low profile that can cast light baits really well. And I'm throwing it on, I think it's an 8-to-1 gear ratio. And so it's picking up like 32 inches a turn. So we're covering a lot of water with this thing. And that's a perfect setup for throwing any kind of underspin bait. The super spin is the one I like, and I love putting that Berkeley Power minnow on the back. It's got the scent and the tail, the little split tail, everything. It's got perfect action too. So good setup right there. There's one. Hit it as soon as it hit the water. Probably on the stinger hook again, if I'm gonna guess. So far, we're 2 for 2 on the stinger. And 3 for 3. I'm telling you, we would have 0 fish right now if we didn't have that stinger on. That thing is money, every single time. For spots, you know, largemouth, not that big of a deal, but definitely for spotted bass. Bodie spit up, look, check that out. That's a herring right there for you too. Probably about 4.5 inches, 4 inches long. You saw what we're throwing. perfect imitation right there. That's awesome. That herring looks good. I'm gonna keep him. All right, since the introduction of these guys, illegally really, but they're here and you can't stop it now. That's a blueback herring. And since they've got into Smith Lake, you know, this lake has really kind of turned on the last several years, seeing, you know, 17 to 20 pound bags of spots, and they're more cruising fish now too. You know, they definitely roam, kind of act more like stripers, but you see how good some of those other herring lakes are, Hartwell and Lanier. Really good spotted bass fishing lakes, and right there is what's making Smith so good. So that's what we're trying to imitate today. We got a perfect imitation, and yeah, I don't think I want to try it. Dude, it looks nasty to me. I don't want to try it. You probably want to try it. All right. Oh! Dude, that's sick. There he is. God, he hit it good, man. Can't tell. All right, that's the first one that ate the whole thing. I know that. So far we're 3 on the trailer, 1 with the main hook. And I mean, I don't even know if it's a keeper, but we're having a good time catching chunky spots. I'm not gonna complain about that fish any day, promise you. All right, so we switched it up a little bit. This is the first kind of flatter point that we've tried. Everything else has been really steep, and I got to put a new bait on, but you know, I'm not sure really what, I mean, that's the first one we tried that's flatter and catch one right off the bat, so maybe there's something to it, I don't know. I do think these fish are definitely up chasing bait, because we're in 50 feet of water right here, and it's a high spot that comes up to like 30, 25, and I still kept this bait way up in the surface, so, or near the surface. So we're gonna try some flatter stuff a little bit longer and see if there's something to that. So this is what I've been throwing here. This is a really good bait to put on any kind of underspin, and I'll show you exactly how I rig it. Really important to get the hook straight. You want the bait very straight when it's sitting on this thing. So working it in there and making sure that it goes up perfectly straight. Take your time. That's perfect right there. And you know, you're gonna see from time to time too, probably in this video, me getting this hung up on a cast or something. And it is annoying, but so far we're 3 on the trailer hook and only 1 on the main hook. So to me, if I hang up, you know, on that deal right there like that and it fouls, there's a good one that just busted right there. If it fouls every few casts, you know, 1 out of 7, 1 out of 10 casts, it's well worth it if I'm gonna be putting those fish in the boat when I get bit, you know, almost 100% of the time. So still worth it putting that little tiny trailer hook on there. And anytime I can put a trailer hook on a bait and get away with it, I definitely do. There he is too. Way up on top of it. Can't tell if he's not a bad one. Probably the nicest one of the day. I think he's on the trailer too, so we're gonna loosen that drag again. Come on, dude. That is a nice one. Chunk. And they're everywhere on the graph. You can see them right here starting to show up. 1, 2, 3 more. Whoop. Look at that. Trailer hook again. 4 for 5 on the trailer hook. Only 1 got it on the main hook. So if you guys aren't sold on a trailer hook, I don't know what else could sell you on one right there. It's been a lot of fun though, chasing these spots on the Super Spin. Awesome way to get bit, especially when it's cold. You can see we're still bundled up. It's late in the afternoon, but you guys make sure to like, share, and tag a friend for a chance to win this week's gear giveaway, sponsored by Abu and Berkeley. We got some good stuff for you, and you guys get some Super Spins and some Berkeley Power Minnows too. You're gonna need some of those. We'll see you guys later. There he goes. You want to try it? All right, all right. Oh!
One more.
Oh! That's jacked up.